Okay guys, today I have a little bit of a different approach. Going to warm up here on the sim, SKyTrak practice range. I'm going to play one round of SKyTrak software. I'm going to choose a foresight course today. And then we're going to switch over. We're going to actually play one of the rounds in the simulator golf tour. It's going to be from the forward tour, which is, it's designed for people who just want to get into sim golf but don't want all the complexities of being, at the tees that are further back from the front. So it's a shorter setup of the same exact courses. There's also a situation where you don't really get points from it, but you can place. You can place for the tournament, first through however many participants there are. So you do get a little bit of a sense of being able to compete, but it doesn't really go towards the actual simulator golf tour standings and world rankings. But I figured I'd go ahead and just share that with you guys today, so you can see like how simulator golf works, how it ties into a different software that I have not recorded yet, which is GS Pro, and then how GS Pro itself is kind of integrated in the simulator golf tour. So it's a good little just sampler of the possibilities of playing sim golf in your home. If you wanted to do something outside of what SKyTrak or whatever your launch monitors courses have and do something competitive, that's certainly the avenue that's out there for you all. So that's what we're going to work on today. So let me get warmed up here on the driving range. After I'm warm, we're going to play around. Again, I'll pick a course from Foresight's offerings in the SKyTrak catalog. Then we'll stop the video, and then we'll go right into a simulator golf tour round. It's going to be an auto putt setup, so we won't be putting in the simulator golf tour. There's two different offerings. There's one that's the full-fledged where you have to putt out and everything. Then there's also the one where it's just an auto putt setup. I like those for recording purposes because they go faster. It does take a while. It takes about an hour, maybe an hour to 10 minutes to record a full session with putting on, whereas in an auto putt setup, it takes roughly 35 to 45, 50 minutes total from start to finish. So we'll just do that. We'll do that approach today. So again, thanks for joining. For all my football friends, I'm representing my team, FC Barcelona. I know we have some Tottenham fans out there. I know we have some Chelsea fans out there. But anyway, for this particular post, in the comment section, tell me who your favorite football team is. So I'm going to keep football in air quotes, whether it's NFL or if it's actually real football, which is soccer. Laugh out loud on that last comment. Alright, so we'll get warmed up here on the SKyTrak range. I'm going to go ahead and set practice mode. I'm going to choose ranges. I'll hit play now. We're just going to go with the standard SKyTrak range. And if you guys have seen me warm up before or haven't, I usually just start up with a pitching wedge. I use the SKyTrak range tools to kind of set my distances. So we'll start off with the pitching wedge. I'm going to go up here into the gearbox. I'm going to set a green, and then I'm going to bring it into my pitching wedge territory, which is about, I will say it's about 105 as I'm warming up. So here we are, we're all set up. Let's see how today's rounds go. I will be stopping the video after this warm-up session so that we can keep the SKyTrak course plays just kind of broken up into their own individual setups, not one big continuous one. But I will post this on the channel just so you guys can see, how a warm-up session goes, and if I have any information to share with you, I'll share it at that time. You have a little bit different setup with the cameras. I'm still playing around with it, so I have my camera off over here where it kind of faces me, so you get more of a side profile. One of my subscribers, who's one of my friends, he said, hey, he liked this setup when I played the St. Andrews course. He said he really liked he could hear me better, and like I said, I do have a wireless mic coming, so that's going to change. But I do thank you guys for just kind of coming along on this ride with me as I kind of figure it all out. It's going to be like Friends season 1, where didn't quite have the budget, didn't quite have the wardrobe, didn't quite have everything together, but hopefully as this season goes on, it'll get better and better. I do plan at some point to just kind of break down what my simulator is set up with, components that I use for my launch monitor, to my hitting net, to my setup with my feedback from the simulator software, and then a little bit about the OBS, the Open Broadcast System software that I use to create these videos and this content. Because again, when I came into this, I knew zero about it, but I was like, I really want to be able to do that, primarily to review my rounds, and then secondarily, to educate other people who are interested but just don't know where to start, don't know how much it's going to cost, don't know if it's even within reach. And I'm just here to tell you, this is in reach. There's a category and a budget for everyone. So, like I said, just come along with me, and I'll do what I can to educate you, to help you guys hopefully get something set up in your own home environment, and you can be enjoying it just like I am here on a Sunday. Behind all this setup, I do have the iPad running, so I can actually watch an NFL American football game here in a few minutes. So let's get started. Usually, the first shot of the day is going to dictate how my rounds are going to go. So if we flush this contact, keep it somewhere near the center line, 95 to 100 yards, then I think we're in for a good day today. First shot of the day, pitching wedge. Looking for 95 to 100 yards. Good contact. Right down the center stripe. If I make a hole in one, I'm just going to stop the video. Not bad. 98, right down the middle. My numbers are not in green yet because I'm not warm, so we'll get there. Happy with that for a first shot, though. I'm not going to really talk too much through this warm-up session. Just show you guys how I kind of get ready to play around. Usually go pitching wedge, 9-iron, 8-iron, 7. Sometimes I'll play 6, but then that's kind of where I stop. Good contact. There's my draw. That's exactly what I like to hit. If that shot is working, we'll have a good day. 103, yep, that's what I did. When this club is fully warmed up, I should be able to hit this thing 110, should be able to roll out to 120. The numbers are starting to get in green, which is the optimization numbers. Alright, right down the center line, right at the pin. Let's go. I do want to send a shout out to Ray AI. That's what I named him. He created the logo that you'll see on my channel for me. So thanks, Ray. Appreciate it. Kind of cool when you work with a batch of tech people. So just throw your request out there, and the magic happens. All right, pitching wedge so far is looking pretty good. Feels pretty good. Consistently hitting that distance of 94 yards. We'll hit about 3 more with this, and then we'll move on to the 9-iron. Just as I said that, there's my first rogue shot. All good. Part of the warm-up. The one thing that you're going to see on my channel when I do post my rounds is I'm not going to cut anything out. If I play like garbage that day, you're going to see it. Ironically, my numbers are really good. So, had the right launch angle, had the right backspin, had the right descent angle, just didn't have the right direction. But again, with the SKyTrak software, if you look on the right-hand side under the mini-map, that's exactly what my club did. So, my face was open, which is the blue line. My club path was basically straight back and straight forward, which would have been great if I would have been able to close my my face. That should have done it. That should be a nice little draw. Yep. There's our distance of 90 plus yards. Perfect. All right, 2 more with this, and we'll be good. Move on to the 9. everything's dialed in for now. The other day when I was warming up and recording my warm-up session, I did happen to knock in a hole in one, so I'll have to go find that footage. I know it's just a warm-up, but hey, a hole in one's a hole in one. Alright, we're good there. So the what I'm looking for when I'm warming up is how far am I off of that center line? What does my dispersion look like? So in the mini map, you see that little heat map where it shows the red. If that circle is pretty small, then I know I'm hitting my clubs, I'm swinging exactly how I need to be swinging today. If you see that, turn into an oblong pickle or something that's just wide, then that's where you really need to work on your swing. And that's something that I've learned with this particular launch monitor, with the software, how to read it, just how to fix those things. Because now I'm starting to understand why the ball does what it does. And I can actually feel it when I hit a bad shot, and I actually know what's going to happen after I hit it. Alright, let's go ahead and change our club in the software from a pitching wedge to a 9-iron, and then we'll move the flag out a little bit. Choosing a 9-iron, let's go ahead and adjust the flag. So we'll move this out to the 120 range. Yeah, 120 is good. So if my 9-iron is dialed in, when I'm hitting it pure, it should go about 124, 125. Should roll up into that 130, 131 range. That's what we're looking for. So let's see how good today's going to be. 9-iron. I did come across that a little bit, so that's why I opened up. You see it didn't go very far, 105, as opposed to that 100, 115, 120 range. But let's just get warmed up a little more. The backspin was good. Better contact. Better shot shape. Right the pin. There we go. 110 yards, rolled out. So 111. There's my draw. Finish is just to the left of the line. And when I do that, the distance is there. So now that went 114. Alright. Looking to get a few shots in the 120 range, and I feel like that'd be good enough. That might be one. It's in the 120 range. Just short. Okay. Still not bad. It's not all over the place. That little shot dispersion pattern on the mini map looks good. We're really close to the center line, which is very good. I should have more draw to it. Yep, there it goes to the left. A little more carry, so now we're getting closer to that 120 with this club. That was thin, so it's going to go low and it's going to go to the, yep. Get that one really thin. Those kind of shots, even though they're skewed, they're not as bad as when I first started playing golf. And they'd be severely off to the right. And that's pretty far, but it's not too crazy. I did hit that thin, so I must have lifted up the last second instead of hitting through the ball. Go right back with the good one. There you go. Back on track. 115 rolled out. As I get warmer, that will start to go 120. We'll probably see that in the round when I'm playing the SKyTrak round. far, but it should be straight. Not too bad. Alright, two more and I'll be alright. Move on to the 8-iron. Good contact. A little fade. And last one here. See if we can finish with a good one. Alright, there you go. Last shot. Pretty fat, but it should still be okay. Yeah, I'll be alright. Okay, I can fix that. As we played around. Only went 106 yards, but I did hit it fat. This was a 9-iron. When I say I hit it fat, for those of you who are trying to understand what golf is, it means that if the red dot is the ball, it means that I'm hitting the ground well before I hit the ball. So that basically kills all your momentum, which causes the ball to go less than it should. When you hit it thin, that means that you're hitting on top of the ball and not into the ball. So you're catching it more in the middle or on the top, and that'll make it spin or it'll make it go flat. Alright, here we go. Let's change clubs to the 8-iron. This should be my one. Should go 130. Let's move this out to 130. What I'm talking about is carry. So this should carry 130 yards, potentially roll out to 140. 8-iron. It's great contact. A little bit of a fade, got to close the club, but happy with the contact. There's my 130, roll out to 136. Alright, see if we can get a draw of this. Bring it around. That should be it right there. I can feel it. Yep. Across the line. That's going to be out there. Nice. 130, 140. There it is. All green numbers. I can tell when I hit that it was pure. If you look at the little mini map underneath it, you can see that the blue line and the pinkish line are kind of more in line with each other. So that means that my backswing and my club through the ball was straight. Should be a good one as well. A little open, so that's going to be actually out. A little loosen yardage. Not too bad. Close that. We do not want that happening today. We want to be hitting this draw consistently. We're going to play a simulator golf tour round. That should be the one. That one felt pure. There's my draw. We'll get the distance out of it because I had draw. And all green numbers. Again, just by the sound, just by me making the contact, I know if I hit it good. Before I started playing golf and started really listening to, paying attention to all the mechanics, it was just YOLO, just go out there and see what happens. Didn't pay attention to anything. A little fat, but I'm happy with the shot shape. It'll be short. Again, fat, hit behind the ball. Didn't catch all of it. Still got good distance though. Do one more, and we'll move over to the 7-iron. There we go. Let's go for the green number. Yeah, not too bad. So our launch angle was just above by 1 degree, so that would have been all green. Again, the shot shape I can fix along the way as we get more loose. I'm not too worried about that. Distance is really what I was paying attention to. Alright, let's take a few hacks with the 7-iron, gather some of these balls that are in the net. So I'm going to have a section of my channel that's going to talk about all the components that I have. I'm not going to focus too much on reviews other than just my own personal opinion about certain things. But I'm not really looking to do a whole lot of reviews where I'm looking, for manufacturers to send me anything. I mean, then you start to get into areas where you get all these people that they feel a specific way about a launch monitor or about a net, about a ball, and they want to let you know their opinion. I just don't want to get into that business. I'm just telling you what works for me, what might work for you based on my knowledge of you, and just kind of go from there. Budgets. People have different budgets. I'm just trying to keep it simple. Alright, switch gloves here. It's one thing about being down here in South Texas is, I know it's December. I know it's about to be New Year's, but it's pretty toasty outside, and I am not complaining. I'm happy. I'm in shorts pretty much 90% of the year. The 2 or 3 days that it does get cold down here, we have to shut the city down because we are not prepared to drive on icy conditions. Our homes, plumbing runs in the attic, so we have to be cognizant of that. It's enough jabberwopping, which I need to make a section in my channel called jabberwopping. Alright, here we go. This is going to be a 7-iron. Looking for a 150-yard carry out of this. Sorry, about 150 is what we want this to go. I'll put 152 out there. Alright, here we go, 7-iron. We're going to have to fix that. Seriously. Didn't even read, that's how bad that was. Might have broke the SKyTrak with that swing. This is something that I've seen. I think I've mentioned it before. Sometimes there's a bug in there. It kind of acts up a little bit, has to reset. Sometimes it will reboot. Right now I have a red light to there we go, there's the reboot. So it lost connection. This is just one of the things. I don't know if it's primarily the network, which is possible, could be, or if it's actually a firmware issue. Hoping that doesn't happen frequently today, so we can play our round without issue. I have seen this take a little bit of time too, after the little reboot, to reconnect. Usually I know that it's going to be successful in the upper right-hand corner when you see it discovering and you see it change to amber, so on and so forth. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and pause the video. You guys don't need to see all this. I'm just going to go through the 7-iron. Hopefully we'll get this thing set back up and we'll be ready to play one of the SKyTrak courses. So talk to you guys in a few minutes.